must-win match for Insurgent. Already 0-2, going 0-3. Only 4 games left to play for Insurgent after today. And bottom 2 in the league will not move into into the playoff matches. Man, Insurgent really need to step up. And this is one of the games where they have to step up against the number 2 seed from the Philippines.
First, second pick and ban here. Insurgent going to be on the red side. Meanwhile, Steel Wolves will switch back over to blue and start things off here with the Olaf ban once again for Insurgent. We saw the pickups that came from Steel Wolves in Game 1. Do they want to try and ban any of those? We saw them ban out the Callista against YJY. Kaisa did very well.
Ban Kaisa as well.
Yeah, Callista going to be banned out.
And don't pick Sinjao, please.
Just, that's your friendly words of advice right there?
Yeah. Ban Callista, ban Kaisa, don't pick Sinjao.
Don't pick Sinjao. Okay.
Good advice?
I think it's all right advice. You know,
advice is the best advice. What are you all about, Ripple? Come on.
You know, maybe some early warding too. Maybe don't go out into the river and blow your flash right away. That wasn't a great start overall, but bans looking to be the same here from both sides so far. Steel Wolves going to ban out the Renekton. We'll see if...
Problem is, since Insurgent now on blue side, they don't ban power picks here. It's going to be a lot for Steel Wolves to take as first pick.
Yeah, they're actually going to go ahead and ban out the Yuumi as well. There's a lot available. Like, Steel Wolves kind of have the pick here as far as what they want to take. Feel like Insurgent are going to ban out, say, the Karma next.
No matter what they ban here, give Steel Wolves a nice first pick. Silence is nice ban.
Yeah. Well, what does Insurgent not want to give over here to Steel Wolves for their final ban?
Still 9.14, so they've got to ban Karma.
Yeah, it's usually Karma.
I think they won't ban Karma, and then they'll take Corki Ezreal first pick.
Ooh.
Taking away Vance's pocket pick is nice. Azure can play at top lane too, but this should be the simple Karma pick coming up from Steel Wolves.
Yeah, and of course this is not the adjusted Karma that came out yesterday. This is still the 9.14 Karma, so a little bit of nerfs, but not full nerfs that we saw came out yesterday.
OP pick locked in.
It's locked in. Currently
the win rate on that champion.
Yeah, still 100% after 3 games. And now she's pretty good.
He's 100% pick ban right now.
Yeah.
With 100% win rate.
Yep.
I think Insurgent just really have to just go, well, we've got the Karma now, and we don't have the Karma now, so I would have liked to see them pick Corki Ezreal there, because I think it would have worked well for their composition. Again, high mobility champions with lots of poke and decent bursts and sustain damage is really what Insurgent needs, because they are very scrappy. So pick scrappy champions. This is not bad either. You get the Frey Lord combo going very early on.
Yeah.
Brom is overpowered in 9.15 TFT, so nice pick up here.
They already got the Glacial buff coming out here from this draft.
Stand behind Brom.
You got a level 2 Brom with Thornmail like a couple rounds of your game.
Brom is
so
here.
Brom is here.
Yes.
Now for Steel Wolves though, like, they could just pick the cream of the crop, like what they want for carries.
And they're just going to go more protection here.
Oh. This is going to be a hassle to deal with.
This is the only time I'd say, yeah, go Blitzcrank. But they've already got Brom. So.
You know. You hook the Ken chapter, eat somebody, and you bring both of them back.
Exactly. 600 IQ.
You know, unless they want to bring out the Brom jungle, you know. It's
I would have liked, you know, going Ezreal Corki here better, because it's just open. It's just very good. Nothing wrong with picking Tahm Kench since they already showed Brom.
Corki going to get locked in here for Steel Wolves. They want to take that mid or top.
He's another 100% pick or ban champion in the LS. Oh, no, he's not.
No.
Sorry. Got it wrong. Math is hard.
He snuck through a couple times. Ooh. Do we see the Tristana here coming out? First time in LST.
Not the first time in... Come on, we've seen it played before.
No, we didn't.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we did. I'm trolling.
Muppet.
I'm trolling. Is this going to actually be like 80 carry Tristana?
That's what I want to talk
solo
about.
lane Tristana. I guess that's... Are we going to see solo lane Tristana?
Tristana is currently a flex pick, and you can play her into Corki. She does a fantastic job into Corki. Really well into Azir as well. can be played top lane, has really good matchups top side of the map, really good turret taking potential, especially if you run Demolish. And again, works more as an AD carry. Also has a really cute combo being paired with Braum. You can rocket jump onto someone, Braum can jump to you, you deliver Braum into a fight that way. Tahm Kench does provide a lot of safety, but you can just simply try to kill the Tahm Kench. She's not very tanky very early on, just has that single grey health shield, but no mobility, no way to really escape. No any carry being picked up yet by Steel Wolf, so you can just see Insurgent like, yep, let's get rid of those.
Yeah, Azir banned out by Steel Wolves.
So they think that it's a Tristana bot lane.
So Insurgent. You mentioned getting rid of that Israel. Next ban here is... we'll see what it is.
Is that a bug?
Usually it's a bug on our end.
Just give me 1 second. Paging production team. I would just like to figure out, is that a misban bug, or did they really misban someone? Please,
Or did you know? Our Insurgent...
Thank you. Ding dong dong.
Where were you able to get?
I just paged the production team.
Ah, okay.
Couldn't hear it on stream, sorry.
Vladimir getting banned out here by Steel Wolves. He didn't like playing against Polar's top lane pick that we saw in Game 1. So
Really? Really? I felt like Azir had a fantastic time in the top lane.
I don't know.
Going back to
Swain makes it through.
I mean, Belby did fine on Swain in the laning phase.
But then nothing, like, the team was like, let's fight. And
Yeah,
Belby's like, guys, I'm over here.
His late game positioning wasn't great. I mean, now he's got some crowd control. Sejuani, Braum, it's going to be much easier for him to navigate the Swain pick. Better draft coming out from Insurgent so far. I also like that they say top for last, unless the Flame is a flex pick top.
So Jarvan getting locked in here for Steel Wolves. And ooh, possibly see Azaya getting locked in here.
Also, we could have Swain be played by Shap. He's played it before.
Oh,
if we're still sticking to the Tristana solo lane narrative,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is correct. Like, Karma being picked up here means it's going to be either Karma top or mid, and we have seen Corki top, so that could be the position. This could just basically be in hunt down Corki, and they could just pick up Tristana, trying to find Corki all over the map, and be like, yep, let's get him.
Jump on him, blow him up.
I mean, Zaya Tahm Kench bottom lane is going to push in. Tristana will do fine to that. Meanwhile, you could also run someone like Swain in the bottom lane. We'll be fine against that pick. So this is nice. So my guess is Victor top, Tristana mid with Swain bot.
Okay.
So far, not good.
No, I think you're. I think
Victor's going bot.
Okay.
We'll see. Belby and Shout might change.
Yeah.
That could be the final
They
position.
still got 15
I
seconds.
got it close. I'm upset.
You're close.
Got it close. Really close. But I'd like to see what happens in-game. I want to see if this Tristana is going to hunt down a particular matchup, or if they're really just going to run Tristana to the top lane. Again, unorthodox. We've seen it a couple times globally and competitively. Lots of top laners. If you remember Pabu, who was second place in the one-on-one.
Yeah, they said, please get this out of my games.
Yep, and people are crediting a lot of LCK players and LEC players, but no, he was number one. Pabu was number one to play Tristana, number one to tweet about it, and he played at top lane as well. Where'd our music go? Come back.
There it is. Game 2. We load on into the Rift, and we'll see whether or not Steel Wolves can go ahead and make it a quick Friday night.
What? Is that what you want?
No.
I sound like it.
Yeah, no, for them, it might be a quick Friday night.
Come on.
Oh, what happened to our lens? Oh, okay. Someone shifted our lens a little there. All right. So
Cool.
it does look like it's good. Yeah, Polar's on that Tristana.
So everyone's going to be talking about Tristana because that's the matchup that's a bit unorthodox. Let's talk about Tristana solo lane. Has always been good in the solo lane. Back when AD carries ran in the mid lane in early Season 1 before the European team started bringing them into the bottom lane, Tristana was always great in the mid lane. And she's always been a really key one-on-one champion. For instance, back in Zotac one-on-one tournaments, which is the online one-on-one ladder, it used to be Howling Abyss, and it's not first. Sorry, it used to be first to take down the Nexus. Old Tristana, was really good.
Yeah.
Because there'd be players running things like Draven, Callista, and Tristana's E used to be just a point-and-click damage as well as a anti-healing device over time. So it worked really well on one-on-ones and just had such high bursts. Then we had Mage Tristana be, a little bit of a niche champion for some time mid lane because Rocket Jump does so much damage, Ulti does so much damage. Let's talk about her top lane. 1, very safe. Tristana has the Rocket Jump to reposition herself, get back to safety. At level 6, she also gets the Buster Shot, knocking back any ganks or anyone trying to position towards her. Meanwhile, Vansu going for a quick blue buff still. It's a very nice jungle path coming out from Steel Wolves. I have to see if Hopeless spots it out. Good warding coming down early from Steel Wolves to spot that too. Back to Tristana. She's a range champion and gets more range over time, so is already very safe top side of the map. Has high burst damage, so you throw down the E, you get good damage from that, chunk them out, get press the attack, chunk them out with another burst, and then you use your Rocket Jump with the last tick of E to proc the damage, and then your Rocket Jump comes back online. So you could jump in, burst, 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 and then jump back out if you have to. Or jump in, burst, jump on their heads again and Super Mario them. So there's so much damage coming out from this pick. And last but not least, her pushing power is amazing. Tristana's passive from her E means that if she executes a minion, it does AoE damage, right? And then that's already going to give her a good pushing power. She's ranged, good hold attack speed. That's going to push in waves. And then you can throw your E on top of turrets, chip away at turrets, you run Demolish, and then you can chunk out turrets whenever you're pushing. So let's see if he's got Demolish. Get closer.
I don't think he is. Would have showed up when he had that first step there.
I don't know. I don't think he was in range.
I think they did nerf the range a little bit once he got super popular early on in the season.
Oh, Vansu, no.
Oh. He was trying to style on the Raptor. The flag.
You can see so far Azure, though, was doing perfectly fine. Karma's just one of those solo lane picks that no matter what you run into, it's just going to be fine. Good smite.
Sneaky little smite. Rest of the team, though, is piling in. Hopeless has to flash away. Might turn their attention back over to Martin, but here comes Belby over toward the side in the river.
Flash on Hopeless.
He gets the kill in the end, and now Martin, he's occupied. He's going to get eaten up and just bat out into pain. And that's going to be 2 quick kills coming out for Steel Wolves, all for a Scuttle Crab.
As soon as Hopeless flashed away from that Scuttle Crab, he had no business, and so did the rest of Insurgent, continuing in that team fight. That was your main jungle tank gone. Vansu was going to be able to get a free kill no matter what. Ooh, good Valk away from Pain. Vansu was going to get that kill no matter what. Very aggressive. And he'll come back around and turn it back in their favor. I think that was a very poor fight for Insurgent to take. And that's 2 kills to Steel Wolf very early on.
Shout, this is a little dangerous
here. Oh, no.
Shout, you're just going to get eaten up. Oh, Sly can't get in range. Here comes Martin. Going to get the quick stun. Sly's able to eat him back up, though. Blade Caller is available. Gets the stun back onto Martin. Some decent damage being kited back, but Steel Wolves shouldn't be able to actually pick up a kill here. Shout was taking a little bit of damage.
That was very nice from Sly. Just a micro mechanic. He was trying to eat up Shout, push a bit aggressive, and Braun got back in time, so, play diffuse. Micro thing coming out from Sly there. He waited for the Braum to get the final auto attack to YJY first, so that while YJY was stunned, he was consumed by Tahm Kench, and then as soon as he gets spit back out, the stun wears off. Whereas if he was to eat him a bit earlier, you could deny the damage coming out from the burst of Braum passive, but he would have spat him back out with 4 stacks of the Braum passive, and 1 more auto attack would still get that burst damage, would get the stun, and then, that consume didn't really do all that much. So well played for YJY. That is a micro mechanic that a lot of Tahm Kenches should look out for. Can be life or death and game changing in a lot of instances.
A little bit of a trade back and forth there down toward that bot lane.
Look at the damage it's done. That single blade in the bottom side river, it's 42 CS to 27. Yes, pushing in favor of Shout, but that's still a big CS deficit that's already been created by Steel Wolves' bottom side of the map. Now you can see that Karma's doing perfectly fine. 35 CS to 39. Ninja tapping straight away. It's the right move. No teleports being used by the top laner. That top lane's going to be diffused very easily. Karma's going to be perfectly fine in this top lane.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to do much there. Both of them have disengage tools. Karma can just go ahead, Mantra shield herself away to get the extra move speed. Polar, like you mentioned, has the Buster Shot now at level 6.
I just would have liked to see if this was a Hunt the Corki, because Tristana does well in the Corki, and that's a matchup you can kill, especially with jungle pressure from someone like Sejuani. We didn't see that. Instead, it's just going straight into the top lane against Azure's Karma. We'll push this one in quite nicely. Might be able to get a couple of turret platings though, but you can see Azure fending off it very nicely.
Yeah, no demolish it seems though, that time around.
That was nice from Azure.
It gets that quick snare out, able to soak up a little bit of damage. Also has bone plating, so Tappy taking a auto attack or two, especially with that Ninja Tabby. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage. You have Hopeless looking for a possible opportunity here, but Pain's already heading down. It's an Infernal Drake to start things off, and unlike what we saw in Game 1, Steel Wolves very early to go ahead and pick this off.
Very collected style as well. No scrappy fights from Steel Wolves this time around. Very calm, very collected, understanding that if all they have to do is play around the fact they've already got this early advantage. Just keep that advantage, keep taking objectives, and look for that next big play. They don't need to be flashy in how they play this. And it's just snowballing. 20 CS lead, bottom lane, top lane's neutralized, mid lane's neutralized, jungles even. Just sit back, relax, farm up, create these CS deficits. And we should see about, you know, 1 item complete, maybe 1.5 items complete. That's where Steel will say, this is where we can fight.
Polar just going to continue. A decent little poke there. Polar should decide to trade back here. Sejuani's nearby.
Oh, that's very nice from Azure. He's just like, well, I can trade, get the tether down, run away from the satchel charge damage, and see if he'll jump on me. See, Azure just knows. Like, he must have played against this matchup before, knows exactly what to do, knows the trade patterns very well. And it's not like Polar's having a bad day. He's actually ahead in CS top side of the map, doing fairly well. But it's just not gaining any advantage for him besides a CS lead. And you see, Steel Wolves are happy to just let this one slide for now. They don't need to send Jarvan top side of the map just yet. Turret is very healthy. Turret planing will drop in another 6 minutes, so perfectly fine. Nothing left to really do.
We see Hopeless here really looking for a play.
This is a big gank. Oh! Yeah, Hopeless!
Oh, boy.
Actually Hopeless.
Oh, that's tragic. Oh, that hurt. That actually hurt the stomach. Oh, boy. Hopeless is going to be one of that.
The only thing that would have
back.
been even more of a disaster if Polar just trusted when he said I'm going in and his rocket jumped on his face like, where's my pig?
Yeah.
I would have liked that. That would be very funny.
And then we would have had a Sejuani ultimate that, unfortunately, LST has not had the best track record of Sejuani ultimates.
Splitting the wickets, just like in the Ashes.
Oh, boy. So, no pickup there in top lane. Hopeless, you know, right idea.
Steel Wolves just missed that turret plating goal?
I think he did.
Oh, my God. How did they manage that?
All right, boys.
Big chunk of goal to miss.
Ooh, Polar. Oh,
Good night.
no. Polar, you jumped right on top of a Karma. But surprise, the Jarvan was hiding in the bush, and that's going to be the 3rd kill of the game going over to Steel Wolves.
And that, I just think, is Polar not understanding how, again, Tristana trade patterns work. You should be getting that satchel charge stacked up first before committing to the jump. That way you have your disengage tool. Really well played from Steel Wolves, baiting out with Azure. They're going to get a lot of damage from this turret, and I don't think Polar can even defend this. I don't think he can teleport back in. Oh, no. Okay, Vansa and Azure have no mana. Sorry.
No, he's got no mana. Still, they lose 2 plates up in that top lane, and that's going to be a 2,700 gold lead. Back in bot lane, though. Ooh, very nice cleanse coming out there from Sly. Featherstorm is out. Blade Caller is available. Sly doesn't end up using it, but that massive amount of damage gets traded back. Here comes the Karma teleport, and decent chunk coming out from the Mantra Q. Going to get stunned up, though. Unfortunately, cannot push any farther, so it's going to be a trade of a 1-for-1.
Just YJY and Sly playing that one so well alone. Package is available. Pain.
Pain.
All aboard the Pain train.
Do you guess? Azure coming around. No, they didn't check the bush. Oh, is Pain? Pain? He's going in. He jumps in with the package. Shout doesn't have any mana on the flash forward coming out from Azure. Is going to be able to pick up the kill.
So well executed by Steel Wolves again. YJY and Sly in that bottom lane playing that so beautifully. Tom Kedge again trying to run away from that, using the grey health at a good time, trying to use the cleanse to get away from the first crowd control, flashing away. Martin did a good job. Martin playing Braum, waited for the Braum ultimate, threw it at the perfect time to lock down Sly. But at the same time, YJY dodging that with the ultimate, threw down enough feathers and continued enough auto attacks that after they killed Sly, Hopeless was in a bad position. So he just pulled back the feathers, trades 1-for-1. Teleport from Azure doesn't work out, but was the right idea. Almost got the kill into Braum, and the package being brought down. It's just a free kill.
Yeah.
Even more turret plate has been taken, 2 in the top lane, 3 in the bottom lane, and not a single plate has been picked up except for in the top lane by Insurgent so far. 3,000 gold lead just 11 minutes in.
Yeah, and on top of that, too, they get that early Infernal, too. So that gold also does a little bit extra damage naturally because of the amplified damage stats that Infernal gives you.
That's right.
So, you know, that extra 10%, you know, it kind of feels like a 3,500 gold lead.
That's what it's about, Chief.
You know, picking up 1 or 2 things here.
Mm-hmm.
Azure going to pick up another turret plate because Polar went back at a very weird time. That's just more gold. Okay.
Yeah, shoot him, Pain. Get him with that Corki. Bomb.
Where does the Corki spit out like dog treats?
Does he?
I don't know, because I don't know where the bullets come from.
I don't know what that is.
Like, it looks like the dog actually like shoots it out, spits it out.
Like Cogball. It should be a tennis ball.
Ah, YJY, Blade Caller. Ooh, try to get fancy with the flash. Hopeless though, it's taken down the Blade Caller. And Sly picks him up. YJY, he escapes with his life. Meanwhile though, Vanzu, he wants to jump in. Oh my lord, that damage deletes the Victor.
Get close to the wall. Fancy, no!
Sly can't eat him up. Pain's nearby. Pain's getting down.
Oh,
Hello! Comes over the Phosphorus Bomb and the enhanced auto. Meanwhile, YJY comes off. What? Oh boy. And that's going to be first brick gold going on over to Steel Wolves.
Yeah, Steel Wolves may have been a little bit sloppy in that last match, but they're not mucking around in this game. They're not here to put boots on Caterpillars anymore, Opal. They're here to play some League of Legos, and playing League of Legos they are doing. Fantastic plays bottom side of the map. The synergy between YJY and Sly was flawless, that bottom lane play. YJY knowing he could push the limits, get the kill, get back in towards a safe position with his ultimate, and trust Sly to consume him, denying even more damage coming out from Insurgent, keeping the AD carry alive, and making sure they continue the rest of that play. And the rest of the team just knowing they had the damage from the Phosphorus Bomb, the vision coming out from Corki as well. Really well played coming out from Steel Wolves, and now they're in a comfortable 6,500 gold lead.
Yeah, you just had some major item break points come out from that fight too. You got Trinity Force picked up, you had Essence Reaver, and another BF Sword completed there by YJY. And look at top lane, here we go. Insurgent trying to make a play. That's going to be a stun paired up, and Azure won't be able to survive that long.
Polar's just like, I'm securing this kill with a big old buster shot at the very end. Polar will be able to take down top lane turret. Meanwhile, we've got Rift Tail being thrown in the mid lane.
And also going to go ahead and try and get this Mountain Drake too.
So good play from Insurgent, but Steel Wolves do have tempo here, so they're going to be able to trade back quite nicely, taking down a turret as well as a dragon for themselves. Yeah, and that's what you have to keep doing if you're a team that's ahead. You have to understand that a team that's behind still has opportunities to attack you. This time it's going to be top lane. You need to be prepared for the what-ifs. What if they send 2 to 3 players top lane to kill Azure? Free kill top lane? Sure. What do you take for it? In this case, it's we drop Rift Herald mid, we push because we have the numbers advantage, and we take a dragon. So we're trading top lane kill and a turret for a turret mid lane and a dragon. And that's what a lot of teams need to be aware of when they control the lead. And whereas for teams like Insurgent, they need to be okay with making these trades. They need to understand, we're going to go get a kill top lane, try and get some gold onto Polar, try and scale a little bit. Because if we get 500 gold and the other team that's ahead gets 500 gold, it means more to us. And my God, YJY.
YJY, he got that blade caller. Martin puts down the... Oh no, Vanzu steals it away. YJY's a little nasty.
That was a panic run ultimate right there.
Yeah.
That was a... people!
But that was just patience too by YJY, you know. Kept out the feathers, realized, hey, there's a Rom right in front of me.
He's like, we've got some really good AD carries in this league. We've got Duel playing for the side of Mega. You know, YJY has been playing fantastically as well. There are some really good AD carries in this league, and I think YJY is slowly solidifying himself as like, come at me, Duel. I might have your number now.
Get some decent damage here onto the second tier tower.
And he's also answered a crucial question for us, because we said Steel Wolves have been relying on his Callista. Maybe the question is, have Steel Wolves been relying on YJY? Because his AD carries have been fine. He's played 2 different AD carries, Kai'Sa as well as Xayah today. Oh my goodness, that's just dirty.
Double Mantra Q.
That's illegal.
Wait, that's illegal. No, like his Callista sure banned out, but he's been able to still play some pretty nice hyper carries like that Kai'Sa. You also got now the Xayah too. Been very patient with the blade callers, been able to find those targets.
Yeah, and showing as well that it's not just YJY. Him and Sly have very good synergy in the bottom lane, and that's nice to see for Steel Wolves. So now the real question has been in their matches, we'll have to take more of a closer look towards the top side of the map. are Azure, Vansu, and Pain making the right plays in the early game that are giving the tools for success for YJY and Sly? Because they've been fine bot lane. They've been barely shut down in the bottom lane so far, even in the matches they've lost. So in future games, we'll have to take a look at Steel Wall's composition and just see, is it the top lane? That has been the problem in their losses so far.
Infinity Edge completed there.
Map, I should say.
Yeah. Infinity Edge completed there by YJY. So he's only going to do a little bit extra damage. Azure going full Loon's Echo on the Karma up there in the top lane.
Got some damage there, Chief.
That's a Battle Mage Karma.
Oh, now it's an 8,000 gold lead in favor of Steel Walls.
More solo gold onto your AD carry. I'll be frank here. Hopeless on the Sejuani. I've yet to see an ultimate come out. And that wasn't a pretty one either. And they're going to try and take this fight. Vanzu comes over toward the side. Polar's going to get annihilated. And Hopeless has to flash away. Going to get snared up. Double Mantra Q going to find the damage. YJY going to get in, back up, back out. Feather Storm going to be used. Belby got to be careful how far he goes. Flash forward with the Blade Caller. Chaos Storm, but here comes the package over the wall. They find themselves two. Belby's going to get taken down. Sure, he gets rid of the Xayah, but now it's a triple kill for Pain.
Just as you say, you haven't seen a Sejuani ultimate just yet. We saw one. I don't know, when your target's straight ahead of you, you don't turn your gun to the left and just shoot. That's how you shoot people that you're not meant to shoot, right? That's friendly fire right there, Opal. I mean, that was just, again, Insurgent have a lot of things they need to go back and look at and say, these are the problems that are they're glaring issues here. That engage was just questionable coming out from Hopeless and the rest of Insurgent. You're already behind. You want to try and take the pick? Sure. But that's not how you do it. Missing an ultimate by inches is one thing, but throwing it in the complete wrong direction for the first time in the game is another. Poor mistake coming out from Insurgent. Steel Walls punish that heavily. And again, there's just a lot of things Insurgent need to go back to drawing board and say, okay, we need to figure out what's going wrong. Because this game has been fine for Polar. He didn't have a great start in the last match. Came back in the mid-game perfectly fine. But this game, he picked up the niche Tristana pick, and it's working. So maybe that's something now Insurgent can go back and say, that worked for us top lane. Let's build on that. And then figure out what's gone wrong. Because this has been an atrocious series for Hopeless so far. Belby's holding his own in the mid lane, but he's not contributing to team fights very efficiently. And again, the bottom lane for Insurgent gets constantly torn apart. It's happened in all their matches so far. Shout and Martin have not been able to hold their own against their opponents in the bottom lane. Sure, YJY and Sly are no easy opponents, but it's been a consistent trend from them, and they really need to start fixing these core problems. I'd like to see if a Surge just go, you know what, next game we're doing wombo combo. Ready to go Sejuani, Braum, pick up an Ashe, go full Glacial with Lissandra in the mid lane, and just have a big wombo combo that you can work on a front-to-back team fight with easy initiation. Because I think the fundamentals for Insurgent haven't been sound so far in the LST. I'd like to see the player composition that just focuses on fundamentals. Oh God, no, not like this.
Once again, Steel Wolves, they say, hey, that's no Sejuani ultimate. Sly is happy, soaking up all this damage. Benzu goes in with the Cataclysm, finds a quick kill. Going to be paired up with Pain, getting a double. Meanwhile, back below, it's just two back-to-back for YJY. And that's going to be the ace once again, Hopeless. Oh boy.
Well, let's start with that. Hopeless missing another ultimate. That time out was a bit, bit of a juke, but still blatant miss coming out from Hopeless. Now, one thing went well for Insurgent. Polar was able to duel Azure very well in that fight. He got the one-on-one kill. He tried to jump in, and YJY just said, what are you doing here, buddy? Here's 2 feathers. Go home. And send him back to the respawn chamber. Good, decisive punishment coming out from Steel Wolves. That's something they've done well this entire match. Every time Insurgent make a misplay, they clap back. They just immediately go on the offensive.
Let's take a look here. This is up toward the top lane with Pain jumping in.
I just watched Corky's butt fly through the screen. I don't know how I feel about that.
What,
hello?
You haven't seen a rocket-propelled Corky? Oh, you haven't?
Just not what I thought I'd see today. You know?
I thought I'd see a Sejuani ultimate hit. We don't get what we wish for sometimes, Fish.
Okay. That's mean. Don't be mean to these players. They're trying their best.
Well, I'm not going to say it's only
You know what,
Hopeless.
Every one of these players is better than you. Stop being rude.
I know, that's true. That's actually pretty true. But I think LST as a whole, Sejuani ultimates have been used more effectively by Silas.
True. I'm not going to refute that. I don't think that's wrong in any way, shape, or form.
Oh boy. It's a 14. It's just under a 14,000 gold lead now here for Steel Wolves.
The game is over at this point.
It
like,
should be.
Insurgent need a miracle and then another one and then maybe 4 more after the second to come back to this game. All Steel Wolves have to do is play stock standard, force a Baron, force a top lane fight, and as soon as Insurgent get into striking distance of an engage, throw everyone at them. As long as they don't make some crucial errors, they should be fine.
See here. Hopeless going to back off, goes down to about half health. Martin throwing out.
Vansu flag!
Oh, here we go. Vansu. Oh, he's off like an 80 Jarvan too. He's got the Ghost Blade. He's looking for plays. Hopeless is almost completely chipped out. He doesn't really have any health regen, so he has to back off.
But this is smart. Control the red pit, move straight back towards Baron. This is the exact play you would see out of a team that was 3,000-4,000 gold ahead. Steel Wolves are playing this one nicely. Sly's playing over the wall for a little bit of guaranteed vision, trying to disrupt the team. Well played. Stop it to Sejuani.
Get out of here. You're not allowed into the pit. And we'll see if Steel Wolves want to try and go ahead and finish this one off. Polar getting a decent chunk of damage. Payne gets that back out. Belby's used his ultimate very early during this fight, so he hasn't been able to drain anyone. And Belby ends up flashing into the Cataclysm, gets a decent amount of damage. Sly going to go into stasis. Polar in below, but the crits are coming out, and they're just going to get eaten apart here.
Meanwhile, the base.
Meanwhile, your base. You got YJY. He isn't even part of this fight yet. And Hopeless, he's running, but the Nexus towers are already fallen. You got Payne, who came in too.
My name's Sejuani. I want to go home.
Oh, Blitz tries to jump in. YJY is going to survive one last time, and the Nexus should fall 22-6. Steel Wolves pulls up series.
That poor Hopeless in the very end. She's like, I just want to go back to base. You're going to get there in time. Clean series coming out from Steel Wolves. I think a bit of sloppiness was in the first match. I'm not sure if that was entirely their fault. They made a questionable decision in the first game, but it was really Insurgent just taking the kitchen sink and throwing it at Steel and saying, what now? And sometimes it worked out for them. But again, that's the only thing we've seen from Insurgent. Throwing everything they got at the other team without any care about what the consequences, repercussions, or what they could potentially gain out of it. Because the times where we saw it go very heavily in favor of Insurgent, they didn't get anything from it. They didn't know how to pivot from that. They didn't know how to capitalize on their advantages. And it just felt like both games that came in, I didn't have a plan of attack. They basically came in and said, we will win. And that was their plan.
And that happened during a lot of those fights too. When those Sejuani ultimates didn't connect, the team still said, let's fight.
Yep.
And it's like, that's your main engage.
But
you kind of need that to hit.
Again, I would really like to see Insurgent just go back and play what they're comfortable with, because it feels like they're all over the shop when it comes to picks, all over the shop when it comes to drafts. So I'd like to see them just go back to a very simple, comfortable team fighting back to front composition and see if they can try and pick up some points for it, because their fundamentals are lacking as well. A lot of their fundamental competitive play is lacking. Their mechanics are still fine, barring missing Sejuani else. We won't talk about that too much. I think Hopeless just had a very off series today. But the fundamental competitive play of what do we do when we get X? What do we do when the opponent does Y? It's not there. So I want to see them go back, review these mistakes they were making, try and shorten up those mistakes, and just play a simple back-to-front comp. Win or lose, at least they can then understand and try and get back those fundamentals that are missing in that match.
Yeah. On top of that too, like, I think a standout for me during Steel Wolves, this series in particular, you know, YJY. This time his Kalista got banned out, was able to perform on these other two champions.
Yep.
We saw the Kai'Sa come out, we saw the Xayah in the last, especially the Blade Callers that came out with the flash combos. Looked really nicely done.
The last match was a good match for Steel to say, okay, we know how to punish heavily, but I still, and I hate to sound like negative Nancy here and just jumping on both teams, but Steel Wolves also need to take a good look at that first game and go, what went wrong there? Because they won, and it didn't look like at any point they were going to be out of that game. It still looked like even when Insurgent had control, that the lead Insurgent had didn't matter based on the composition they drafted together, so Steel Wolves was still fine. But they need to go back and look and say, why was it so scrappy? Why was a game which was so one-sided in Game 2, a series that was already in our favor on paper, why was it such a scrappy Game 1? And I'd like to see if they can clean that up, because that's what they need to do if they want to be one of the best teams in the LST.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look toward this bot lane.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Oh, yeah, YJY and Sly.
This is where YGY just goes, you know what, I will fight you. And YGY and Sly played it so well. Flashing away from the rest of the team, away from the damage, coming back in for the final ticks. And ulties with Sly getting a position to make sure he doesn't take any more afterwards. Very well played coming out from the Steel Wolves bot lane.
Nicely done there, and they continue over. Shout jumps over and gets just deleted there by Vansu.
It's just an extended chase from now. Corki eventually comes in with the package and cleans up another kill for the team. But YJY and Sly, the question before today was, are they relying on this Kalista? That's all he's played so far. And it seemed like a crutch pick because a lot of the time the rest of the map will fall behind and they rely on YJY. Can you bring us back to the game? That's what happened with his 23 kill game. The rest of the map was falling apart. YJY literally went into a 1-on-4 fight at Elder Dragon and won the game for the team.
Yeah.
So I think the question is now longer on that. He's shown he can play Xayah perfectly fine. He's shown his Kai'Sa is great too. His laning phase is solid with Sly. Bottom lane is solid from Steel Wolves. I think the new question we should ask about Steel Wolves is what's happening top side of the map? In a game where, you know, Steel Wolves are not favored to win, what's happening at the top side of the map that's making it so Sly and YJY really need to pick up the pace and step up in order for the team to win? Because now we know it's not Kalista, it's not a crutch problem, but it seems like they're relying on bottom lane too much when it comes to those games. And I'd really like to take a look and see what's going wrong on the top side of the map now that we know it's not just a pick problem.
Yeah, because we saw Azura this time around. Again, had some really good plays on the Karma as well. We saw those good Mantra combos.
But his Silas play.
Yes, Silas was...
Again, Azura's a staple top laner. He's normally very solid in the top lane. But what happened in that early play? I mean, I'm happy to discount the fact that he didn't kill Vlad in that first game by missing an ability. It happens. I mean, the Sejuani misses coming out from Hopeless happen, and that happens from time to time. It's fine. But the plays afterwards, you know, burning his teleport for 3 minions and a bit more control over the wave, not playing around that top lane the way he should to encourage Java and Ganks, you know, put Vladimir further behind in that matchup and capitalize and punish the team. So I think there's still problems. His Karma play was perfectly fine. He didn't fall behind the lane against Tristana Beta very well with Java, but I really want to take a look at the top side of the map. You know, jungle, top lane, mid lane coming out from Steel Wolves next time they play and try and figure out what's going wrong up there. Why is it they're still dropping games whenever bottom lane still gets very far ahead?
Nice, our post-game stats, and MVP going to go over to Pain on the Corki in mid lane with the 8-0 and 6.
I would agree with Sly. I think Sly had some really good saves in that match and played phenomenally well on the Tahm Kench. But, you know, Pain did have a good game. Can't discredit him.
He had a couple good packages coming in there, especially up toward that top lane fight. We had the POV of a Corki butt going across our screen. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There's a wiggle. There's a little bit of wiggle. But nicely done there by Pain, as he's going to be taking home our MVP for Game 2. And after that Game 2, that's our last. That was our only series for tonight.
So we had 2 games.
Just 2 games.
That's 2 hours of LST today.
It's just a little teaser for the rest of the weekend.
Which we still have two more series on both Saturday and Sunday coming up. So if you want to watch more LST action, there'll be more games on both Saturday and Sunday. And we are streaming the LST in both Thai as well as in English. We have our Thai casters on site now with us in Shanghai.
They stole our desk.
Yeah. Now we got to stand.
I'm mad. Especially if you want to qualify for playoffs.
I've lost my music. Have you lost your music too?
I did a little bit. Oh,
okay,
we got different music.
Got it back.
We had the exciting. We got to calm down. This is not the end of the show just yet.
I lost my music. I was a bit concerned there.
Insurgent though now dropping to 0 and 3 at the dead last position in team rankings.
Insurgent and Armor Project really need to find something because Detonator and the rest of the teams above them, Mega, Axe, Win, Steel Wars, Liab, have all looked solid.
Yeah. I don't know what.
Boy.
Yeah.
It's looking a bit scary in the LST right now. I mean, this is one of the first time we've seen, you know, the LST in a whole. The top 8 teams are so competitive.
Yeah. We've had teams trade back and forth games in series.
I mean, I think Detonator is a serious contender, Mega serious contenders, Win are serious contenders. All these teams, maybe not our project, having a really rough time so far, but all these teams serious contenders.
Yeah, they're going to go up against our current champions of the LST. That's going to be Mega.
Nasty.
That's going to be first game for you guys tomorrow. Then our next match should
That's
be
going to be spicy. Axis Empire against Liab, the rematch of how Liab, the favorites of Spring Split in my opinion, got knocked out by Axis Empire, the new kids in the block from Singapore and Malaysia. And they're looking good coming back to the split. Some minor mistakes here and there costing them games, but Axis Empire have looked like they've returned to form from their grand finals loss where they went toe-to-toe against Mega.
Yeah.
Now it's that rematch. Liab can try and get some revenge.
Yeah, because, you know, Liab, they weren't able to go early into that finals, and they were a little upset. I know even some of our casters were a little upset there, but either way, that's going to be the end of our show. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time, for more LST.